What
Boom.
is up, guys? Hello and welcome to the end of Monday. I can't think of a better. I had the audio off on that. I can't think of a better way of ending what has been a fairly heinous Monday than hanging out with everybody else here. And Shannon, that's why we're late. Okay, it's because it's been heinous. I'm sorry for the 1 minute late we are. I'm here with John and Grant. We've got some other people going to be headed our way, but right now it's just going to be the three of us and hanging out with everybody here. How are y'all doing? How has your Monday been, gentlemen?
My Monday has been a Monday. One of those times when some stuff went good, some stuff went bad. Didn't want to go to work today, but you got to because you need a paycheck.
Yep.
So I've really been looking forward to this afternoon and our live stream to flush those thoughts away from Monday.
Yes.
Yep. Hey there, Miss Shannon and Milton versus Cancer Vlogs and Ben. Good to see you guys.
Milton, it's a pleasure, sir. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us, Mr. Danny Baker, and we got Mr. Ben Covarrubias. Guys, I'm still hung up on this whole Monday thing. Everybody all over like Twitter was talking about like how bad their days were. Everybody on like Instagram, social media. Work day was rough for us. So, you know, anybody who's out there, you need to vent about today. You need to vent about your power outages in the neighborhood and stuff like that. Now's the time. Get it out. Get it off your chest. Get it out of your system. Anybody else get rained out this weekend? We had it pretty hard down here.
Yeah. A lot of rain.
Unusual down here.
We've got more rain tonight and tomorrow as well.
Same here.
It also looks like we go straight from winter to summer. You know, I went to work Friday morning. It was 40 degrees. Well, this Friday it's supposed to be 90 degrees.
Hey, join the crowd.
Yeah, that sounds like some Texas weather.
Yeah, we were hitting some 90s back in February, right after we froze. So
that's such a Texas thing too. Like, I love it when it snows in Texas for one because it never snows in Texas. But when it does, you get that fresh powder for in the morning, and in that afternoon it's 65 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Like it does not stick around.
Nope, except for this last one. That was quite unique.
Well, that was a little bit. Well, obviously, we hadn't seen weather like that since the 1700s.
Right.
So, thank God, I can't handle that.
Nope, no, thank you. Florida is hotter than Satan's. Well, wow, doing lawn care in this heat is going to kill me. Yeah, I bet. I'm going to be down there, but you're about to get a bunch of rain and high winds because I'm coming down there.
Right? It's going to be nice. I bet we get like 8 to 10 foot visibility down here at the beach while you're gone. I'm going to go spear fishing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's what's going on with me. One of my hang-ups this last week, I was really bummed when I found out that when I go fishing with Wayne down there out of Stewart this week, it's going to be horrible. There's going to be 8-foot seas, winds 24 and above, so pretty much no offshore fishing for us. But we're gonna take some lemons and turn them into Lynchburg lemonade and do some inshore fishing and do some shore fishing. So we're gonna make it work out one way or another.
Danny says he's not getting it too bad in the hill country. You just wait. He's going to be driving through the hill country on his way to Florida. You're going to get rained out here. You watch. Hey, I like this. I wish we had more people saying stuff like this. Milton, he's saying that what are some basic tips for fishing beginners like you? I wish more people would come. I'd love to have this conversation. Where are you at? That's like the single most important thing because like there's a huge variety of like different kinds of things that you could be doing. And I probably cannot answer that question. But if I can't, one of these gentlemen definitely can.
Yeah, Milton, where are you located at?
Wild Game
Pursuit. Go ahead.
Good to see you, Wild Game Pursuit. Hope you get some service for the next 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
Ooh, Central America, Guatemala.
That's I knew you. Yeah, we've had conversations about that before. I apologize. We got so many people from Milton here is one of our friends over at TubeBuddy. And we have so many people from Canada over there. I thought you were in Canada. So Central America, how close are you to the coast? Are you going to be looking at freshwater or salt?
Good question.
And I got to say, this is going to be a harder conversation because fishing
Yeah.
in Central, if he's by the coast, it's an easy conversation. Go get some
Right.
Dorado. It doesn't matter what you throw at him.
Yeah. And Ben's saying that his friend went to Hawaii on a 9-hour deep sea fishing trip and didn't catch anything. That Ben, that happens. That happens to the best of them charters out there. So it's a crap shot,
Yeah. That really sucks doing a deep sea in Hawaii and getting skunked, but it does happen. You should have been dragging 7 lures.
At least you got to go to Hawaii.
That shotgun you were missing. Yeah, that's right. If you're gonna get skunked anywhere, Hawaii is the place to get skunked. You're not lying there.
Oh, Shannon, like this, just like that. Okay.
Okay, so he's going to be doing freshwater and saltwater. Freshwater, you guys got some different species down there, stuff that I'm not accustomed to. Now, catfish and stingrays, and I'm not picky. I'll eat them both. But that kind of stuff you can get just right off the bottom with any kind of cut bait. I guarantee it. It doesn't matter what your equipment is. Just get a big old circle hook, throw it down in any freshwater body, and you're going to get something like that. Saltwater, I mean, you guys got the most beautiful water in the world down there. You're I don't know what, like you get a mile offshore, you can go get like mahi and marlin and stuff like that. I want to hear more about your thoughts on fishing down there, because if you're not doing it, you need to be.
Yeah,
you got great fishing.
Also, for freshwater, find anything that crawls or hops around on the shoreline, put it on a hook and throw it out there.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Saltwater Born? Good to see you, man. How are you doing? That's our that boy's down in Florida. You can give us some advice. We got Mr. John over here is going to be headed out your direction in the next couple of days, and it doesn't look as though the weather is going to be treating him very nice. Unfortunately, he takes bad weather with him. You got some insight and suggestions on that? Are you going to be on the Atlantic side?
Yeah, I'm going to be Stewart.
That's right. Okay. So would you happen to have any advice for him? We're trying to get anything we can get, because I definitely do not want to see him heading over there and, dragging 6 lures and not catching fish.
Yeah.
Get that 7th lure, man. Get that 7th lure.
That's what it is. It's the lures.
Surely Wayne figure something out to help you.
Oh, yeah. I'm confident we're going to catch some fish. We just don't get to. And he was disappointed too. He really wants to get us out there offshore, but weather is not going to cooperate.
Milton, this guy right here, Pond Predator Nation, is one of the guys that I would go to for freshwater anything. This guy knows his stuff. And anything he has to say here about catching on hellgrammites, tadpoles, and leeches, that guy knows what he's talking about. Also, he's very soon to be a dad. Are you going to be a dad again? Or is this first time dad? I apologize. It's been a minute since we've had that conversation. So I had a unique experience the other day. I went and did a little bit of fishing. It's a video that I have coming out this week. And I was telling these guys about it behind the scenes. I'll take any advice I can get on this. It ended up being a really unique, strange kind of a day, but I was out fishing and I ran across, it must have been a dozen. I ran across a dozen drums swimming 3 feet from me, and I dropped every single thing in front of them that I could physically drop in front of them, and I could not get them to take anything. Nothing. I mean, soft plastics, like multiple soft plastics. I tried jigs and crankbaits. I tried cut perch, and I tried shrimp. And when they didn't take shrimp, that's when I was automatically like, okay, this isn't my fault anymore. But man, I've never worked so hard for a fish so right in front of me before to not get one.
That's tough. I'd also like to suggest to Milton, if you have the money, charter a fishing trip.
I was always against that. In the last 6 months, I have totally reversed course on that. I totally agree. Get somebody and just go out there. Like the value in it, it's expensive for a charter, but dude, you're going to learn so much.
It cuts down
like one
years.
trip is all it takes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's one of the things I did when we got here. I took a charter on one of our lakes, and it cut years of on water time off for us because we picked a guide who now is a good friend of mine, but we picked a guide who not only put you on fish, but he showed you how, he showed you where, he showed you the tackle to use, right? So,
and it's so like immediate, like they know what they're doing. So instead of going out and spending some time trying different baits and looking at all the trying different conditions and stuff, he's going to go out there. He knows this area, he knows what he's doing, and he's going to be like, no, you need to use this because of this thing that's happening. It was a full moon last night, so they've been eating shad, and now they're going to be wanting squid. It's going to be the weirdest, stupidest things, but he's going to be able to tell you all of that. We did the same thing with swordfish. We're trying to book a swordfish trip this summer because we're having a very hard time getting our hands into swordfish. And it's like, okay, it's time to learn from somebody who's catching them. Like, what are they doing? They're fishing the same spots we are. What are we doing different? What are we doing wrong?
Yeah, I just typed in fishing in Guatemala, and it was just like top 10 charters in Guatemala, #1 spot for sailfish.
Yep, there you go. Guess you're heading to Guatemala, Stanley.
Yeah, right. Exactly right. I haven't done Guatemala. I want to. I'm a big fan of Central America.
Say, Milton, you got a place to stay or what?
Right. Why are we not having that conversation? I promise I will not bring John's bad weather.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. I'll keep it here.
That trip ended up being really unique. I have no idea, like, from the video aspect of this, I'm putting it out there. I'm just going to do it the way that I'm doing it. But it was a unique situation. I didn't know what to do with this, but I'm sitting there fishing and I'm catching perch. And so on the one side, I'm like trying to get these drum. I'm trying to make a video out of this, but I am catching perch, and I haven't done a perch catching cook, So okay, exactly the direction I'm going to go with that. I'm going to eat the thing I've never eaten before. While I'm doing this, I get a couple of tourists from, they're from Arizona, and they were asking me what I was doing, and I'm filming and trying to catch some stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm like, well, let's have this conversation. Let's talk. And they're saying, we hadn't been fishing, and we've been wanting to, and this guy's been wanting to fish. He's 69 years old, been wanting to go fishing for 4 years. So I'm like, man, I'm just catching perch. I do not want to do a video of me catching perch, but I'll do a video of him catching perch. So I just handed that dude a rod and let him go to town. And dude, it was the coolest freaking experience. Like, you'd never seen a smile on a guy's face like that before. He was so stoked to be catching those perch. That dude filled my cooler with perch and caught me dinner. I just sat there and watched. I was just laughing, having a good old time the whole time.
That's cool.
It was fun. It was different. It was unique. It was not what you expect going out. You go out and you think, I'm going to try and catch a fish, make a video out of this, and then here comes this guy and kind of, puts me in my place catching a whole bunch of fish. But, it was unique.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, there's your offer, Stanley.
Mi casa es su casa. Guys speaking my language. Spanish. I'm all about it, man. Actually, we're trying to get back down to the Yucatan this summer. Rachel is dying to do it, and I've had some stuff come up, like some events transpired just as late as this afternoon that kind of switching things up a little bit. But we'll see how all that goes. And going down to Central America is definitely high up on my list of things to do for this year.
So, Shannon, have you tried any of the meds, or now they got a prescription patch you can wear? There's all kinds of stuff you can try.
Two things on seasickness. For one, I was always told, like, don't look down, don't go down to the hull of a boat for sure. Stare at the horizon. That horizon sitting there, that'll help ease your stomach because it's your inner ear that sends you. And for two, personally, we always try to have that one seasick person on the boat because you chum up the fish.
There you go, Shannon. That's your job.
Need
We all
help.
got to roll. You know what? There's only one. I'm curious about this. There's only one way to find out. Like, we'll take the opinion of somebody who's a little bit more professional about that sort of thing than us. Mr. Wayne, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, we can.
Good to go.
You hold on.
Okay, so now's our opportunity to say anything we can about Wayne.
Yep, he can't hear us.
Get it out of your system now while he can't hear us.
He's working an issue. We'll let him work it.
Shannon does not take the meds because it makes her sleepy.
They will. Sleepy or barfy? Which one do you want to be?
Right, pick one. What's up, Peter? Chum Queen. We need to add fishing at Bourbon Distillery. We'll need to add fishing at a Bourbon Distillery. Dude, I'm all about that. I'll do some fishing at a Bourbon Distillery.
Hell yeah.
You know what? I'll drink to that right now. I owe Grant's on call, so I'm going to be doubling down for him.
Yeah, me too.
My apologies in advance to everybody in the chat. This is the direction this Monday is taking us.
Drink up.
You can hear us now, Wayne?
I can hear you. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, there he is. How are you doing, man?
Man, I'm telling you, I'm tired.
Monday.
So I got home from work a little over an hour ago. I walked the dog in the backyard. I got a hammock back there. I laid down, and next thing I know, I hear ding. I get a message from John saying, "You joining us?"
You're out on a hammock.
Welcome to the club. I get that message every Monday afternoon. If I'm not on here by like 3:30, I start getting pings.
Oh man.
So how's everybody doing?
We're venting. It's been a long day.
Yeah, we're all whining pretty much.
Yeah, it is. It's a big bitch fest right now.
Nobody's caught any
weather.
fish.
Yeah, no one's catching fish.
I got to tell you, John, I feel freaking probably worse than you do.
I know you do. I could tell.
I doubt that.
Yeah, I don't know if you feel worse than I do, but I know you feel bad. We'll put it that way.
It's going to be tough, but I'm going to try to make something out of it.
Yeah, that's all we can do. So look, here's what I went through. The first time when I started seeing the weather turn and you hit me up saying, hey, the winds are going to be high. And okay. And then these 8-foot seas, we're not going to be able to go out. I'm looking at, okay, I can't get a refund on the hotel. So even if I don't go, there's $530 gone, or not hotel, but house. So right. I'm going anyways. And then Dale, Audrey's brother, is driving down from Georgia. So there's his gas money driving down and all that. And I'm thinking, man. So I contact him. He's like, I don't care. We can fish from wherever. I was like, all right, so here's the game plan. There's some causeways we can fish from. You bring a couple of your fishing rods. He's got bass gear. I said, bring rods. I'll bring reels for salt, and we'll fish off the causeways or something. And then Wayne got back when he said, hey, we can try some inshore fishing for snook, which is on my bucket list. I ain't caught one yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, well, hell, we just turned lemons into Lynchburg lemonade. I'm good with it. So I'm good, Wayne. I'm looking forward to it again now.
All right. So I'm looking at the wind, and now they're saying Friday 15 to 20 with some higher gusts. So Friday, like if the wind stays 15 to 20, where I'm thinking about fishing, we should be okay.
Okay.
We should be okay. And as long as I can somehow find the right bait, we're going to catch some fish. Cool.
And I noticed the rain has definitely dropped off. The percent they were forecasting, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about the rain. It's the wind, man.
Yeah,
even on the river, when it starts hollering over 20 miles an hour, it gets nasty. You know.
Yeah. You do need to take into account he's from Texas. He's used to 20-mile-an-hour winds as like the normal thing.
That's all we get. When we're
don't worry about hurting them.
That's all we get.
Yeah, that's regular wind.
Yeah. So, and then with it coming right out of the east, it just blows the inlet up too. So it kind of takes the inlet out of play. But we'll try to make it happen. We'll fish inshore. We'll go for snook. There's a lot of big breeders around now. There's going to be a lot of big jacks around in the 20 and 30 pound range.
Nice. My biggest jack so far is like
oh, that. We'll beat that. And then, you know, you might have there's tarpon around too. So you never know.
Won't hurt my feelings if we pick up a few mangrove snapper too.
Yeah, we're going to come out there with some live shrimp, live croakers, live threadfins or pilchards, whatever we can find. And we're going to put in the time. We'll put in the hours and we'll catch some fish.
That's what I'm talking about.
I have a request on that. Now, I learned how to catch mangroves from you. Normally, I spear them, and I have a really hard time fishing for them. And it was a while back, a conversation that you and I had probably a year ago, talking about how you use like a 15-foot leader for them. Anything that the muttons, okay. Well, anything that you have along those lines, as far as like what you do to catch fish. John, I'm going to require you. I want to know. I want to see the tricks and stuff. I understand if there are tricks and things going on you don't want to be shown. I totally get that. But I want to see anything that you have to show as far as like what you're doing for snook, which are notoriously picky in our area. That's another real hard one to kind of get to take a bait. Anything along those lines, like I want any information you got.
Hey, Wayne.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll blur out all the good stuff on my video.
Yeah, right. You got to hide it behind the Patreon wall.
So I'll tell you guys a quick story. I had a channel reach out to me. He's local to me, and he's been doing YouTube for about a year, and he's been trying to do some collabs. And he's, hey, I want to go out with you. So yeah, no problem, we'll go. So I take him out on Wednesday, and I don't know if you saw the clip on my Instagram, the most recent one today.
Oh, I
haven't checked it yet. Yeah.
All right, so a bottom rod doubles over, and I got a screamer on, and then I got a flat line off the back, and as I'm fighting this fish, that line starts flying, and it's screaming. So all I got to do is, when you're fighting one, you just flick the other one in gear and hope for the best while it's in the rod holder. So flip it in gear. That rod goes over. Sailfish starts going nuts, and I'm screaming at this poor guy. And I got to remember too, like he's also trying to make a video, and I'm screaming at this poor guy. I'm like, pick up the rod. I'm screaming. There's a sailfish on it, and he's like,
trying to hit the button on the GoPro. Been there, done that.
So I scream at him again. Finally, he picks up the rod, and he gets tight on his sailfish, and he's fighting it. So like 5 minutes later, we're both going around the boat, double header. I had a big kingfish on. He had a sailfish, and the sailfish just turned on a dime and must have just streaked right back towards him from the boat. And he just goes, I lost him, right? But he was coming straight. So I was like, oh, man, at least you got to fight him I'm still hooked up to this kingfish. I said, at least you got to fight him for a bit. All of a sudden, this sailfish, which was beelining towards the boat, pinwheels and comes across. All I see is just like a missile. Just it goes 360 around the boat. There's rods and lines tangled everywhere. The sailfish is jumping off the back of the boat, hooked up to like 4 different rods. Oh my! It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
That's crazy. And that's all in one clip.
I think I saw that. Is that the clip where that sailfish is just screaming across the surface?
Yeah, it looks like a damn torpedo going through the water.
I did see that. I'm not even kidding, dude. You said that, and I was like, I was thinking of that clip when you said it, and I was like, nah, that wasn't him. That was like Salt Strong or one of those guys. I apologize. That was your clip I was watching. I didn't credit it to you. I saw that clip. It's wicked. It's wicked seeing that thing scream. Like the fish is screaming across the water, but the way his line is like ripping from side to side on the screen, it was crazy. It was out there.
I'll check that out.
And this poor guy's just like standing there, just like dumbfounded. It was hilarious.
Well, feel free to yell at me if you need to. I don't care.
I swear, I thought that was like, I'm looking it up now.
Thanks, Pop.
I thought it was like local knowledge or something.
And then Dale, my brother-in-law, is coming down. He's pretty much straight freshwater guy, bass guy. So anything we catch out there will probably be new to him, new and exciting. So it should be pretty cool.
So when are you coming in and when are you leaving?
So I fly into Orlando Wednesday afternoon. Dale's driving down. He's going to pick me up in Orlando, and then we drive in. So it'll probably be early evening Wednesday we get there, and then I'm leaving Saturday morning. So we got all day Thursday and all day Friday to do whatever.
Did everyone else lose the stream or just me?
I'm still here.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm super talkative.
Everybody
I have to shut up otherwise, because if I have given the opportunity to run my mouth, I will run my mouth.
Yeah, you will. But you can see tonight it's Grant. Grant won't shut up tonight.
Right? Jesus, man. Save it for your own stream.
Things have been so exciting. I've got so much to talk about, especially outdoors related. I forgot what the sun even looked like.
Sorry, I lost my signal. That's what it was.
Yeah, it looks a little out there every now and then. It's a little back and forth. It's all part of the game, man.
Exactly.
We'll hold it down waiting for you to get back. I am. You know what? Oh, I'm curious. I'm glad I got you on here, Wayne. I got a question for you, man. What is the good time of year to be in Stewart fishing? I need to know.
This weekend?
No.
Right after I leave, of course.
That's the one to be there.
It's going to be Sunday morning when it's 6 mile an hour winds and 2 foot seas.
Oh yeah.
Damn son of a.
No,
dude, one
seriously
more day.
though,
Just add a day.
That's why I had John come now, because it's now. It's firing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of the channels down there catching some nice mahi right now.
Yeah, mahi, some really nice dolphin this year are coming in too. A lot in the 20-pound range, 20 to 30.
Grouper are in season.
Some big blackfin in the 20. I've been seeing 25, 28 pounders caught. Darcy even got a big one.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
She's in my backyard every time I go to the ramp. I see her now.
I'm curious why you guys haven't gotten together for anything yet.
Okay, so Wednesday, same day, I'm walking to get my trailer, and Puddin' and Darcy had pulled up right behind my trailer they came out of the water. Now they're in the parking lot, literally right behind my trailer. So I walk up and I say, "Hey guys, how'd you do today?" So we started talking about how we both did. And I go, "Hey," I said, "Puddin', you know that live stream you were on like about a month and a half ago with all the guys from Texas with John from A&J and Stanley Orchard?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, I said, "So John's coming to fish with me next week." And I was like, "We were trying to get Stanley to come too." And then Puddin' goes, "Is Stanley coming?" I go, "I don't know. He's not coming this time." He goes, "Ah."
He hit me up the other day. Exactly. Like he extended that conversation. He hit me up today. He's like, "So I heard your friend was going to be here." Like kind of rubbing it in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw that guy.
we might have to do a Stewart, Florida takeover next year or something.
Yeah.
Darcy's she's like here's what I feel like. She's on a mission right now, not to just prove that she's like the best female angler around, but like she wants to be recognized as one of the better anglers. And I think that's coming from I think that's coming from you got a lot of these channels now where the girls go out with the guys and they get put on fish and they're wearing thongs and they get a lot of views, where she doesn't want to be just that. She wants to be shown like, I'm the one going to catching the fish. And that's cool, because I got to tell you, like, I respect her as an angler, because she comes up to my area and she comes up, she's already learning it pretty quick and she gets on some nice fish. So usually when I see her at the ramp,
yeah, watch her throw the cast net a couple times, and she's the real deal.
Volumes.
Yeah,
she's got nothing to prove to me.
I'm on the same page with that, and I'll say it's what I see also is that with the pandemic and everything that's been happening for the last year, a lot more people are doing fishing and a lot more people are doing YouTube channels. And man, the competition has exploded in both regards, you know, and we're all feeling it. Like I'm seeing so many more fishing channels out there, and you know how the game goes. Like people pop and they explode all over the place with a YouTube thing. And we're all kind of feeling the pressure from like anytime that happens. It happens to one channel, and we're all sitting here going like, "Oh, what did I do wrong?" I wish I'd done that thing.
Yeah, well, the one thing I've noticed is you don't see her and Puddin do collabs.
No,
I'm not sure why.
I was going to go into that.
They're working with charters is one of the reasons why they're working from a more business aspect.
Yep.
At least that was my knowledge of it.
So I'm the type of person like I know people who they'll just start up their YouTube and they're calling every YouTuber they can think of to try and do collabs. Where I've never really I don't know, but I've just never. If we're cool, if we're friends, let's get together and fish. But I've never been one to like seek out other YouTubers to do collabs. I just haven't done that. And I've talked to Darcy and Puddin like a ton of times. Like I could say, hey, I don't want to. I'm not that person because I don't want to put people on the spot like that. I don't know. That's just the way I am.
But you're supposed to be going out there. You were supposed to do a collab with the Florida fishing couple. What's come of that? Yeah.
So when we were trying to get together, there was we went through another spell of like just weeks of wind, and we couldn't get out and fish. And then I just stopped asking. I don't know. He hasn't reached back out to me, and I haven't reached out to him. So
yeah. He's pretty tight with
leave it at that.
He's pretty tight with what's his name or South Florida Fishing Channel.
Yeah, with Heiko.
Yeah, they're out fishing together all the time.
We had a trip planned like 3 or 4 different times, and wind canceled every trip. And then I just got to the point where like, oh my god, like I'm tired of reaching out to try to reschedule. So I just kind of let it go.
Yep. I've done a collab with Stanley down there a couple times on one trip. And then when I was up in Michigan, I got to do one with Steve, who's AWOL tonight. Actually, I don't think we talked about it. Steve's got a good old friend from out of town in town, and they were going out to dinner tonight. So that's why he's AWOL tonight. We've got much better fourth party now than we do when Steve's here. So, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I know he's going to watch
this. I hope he's watching it.
He's gonna. I'm kidding, Steve.
We don't have any red tide right now at all. Unfortunately, there's a lot of algae bloom in Lake Okeechobee, and when they open those dams, it's going to be bad this summer. So I'm hoping they can hold off.
That's crazy.
I think Shannon had asked that.
Yep.
Yeah, we haven't had issues with you know what? That freeze took out red tide for us.
Yeah, and if it hits, it'll probably be a little bit later anyways, because it usually hits when it's really hot out, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
Yeah. Not looking forward to that.
No.
So you got Wayne probably doesn't know, but we've all been talking in previous episodes. I'm going up to Michigan in June. We got a house up there, family, and we're trying to get the group up there for overlapping time so we can all try to fish up in Michigan together. And just so you guys know, if you do get up there and the weather's too bad to fish, it's probably my fault.
I thought there was going to be some kind of offer of like, at least there's this whiskey that we're going to drink or something. No. He's like, no, I'm just going to go and take the blame for the crappy weather. You are sure do.
I'll own it. Whenever I go fishing with Joel, I always blame the weather on him. But lately, my boat's not running. My bathroom renovation's not done. the storms are going to hit Florida while I'm there. It's like another never-ending litany of things that are trying to beat me down right now.
And I'll drink to that.
But we will survive.
We'll get through it. It's going to be a good year one way or another. I mean, how much can get dumped on us for the rest of, I don't know.
Don't say that. Don't say
I'm just
that.
not going to finish that sentence.
Yeah. I think Mother Nature is not my friend right now. So, Wayne, what time in the morning do you get to the ramp to get going, or what time of day?
Typically, if I'm going offshore, I'm there at 5:30 in the morning. But we don't have to be there. It's going to be a freaking torrential hurricane, so we don't have to get there that early.
We get to sleep in before we get trashed by the weather. Nice.
Right, yeah. Get your rest. You better take your Z-Quil at night. Get your rest. You're going to need it.
You know what though? We might go out there and just get trashed by the weather, and it may end up being one of the greatest inshore fishing days we've ever had. You just never know. Because we'll be the only idiots out there.
Yep, I was going to say the same thing. You're absolutely right about that. That's not a bad approach to it.
Yeah, I've had it happen before where you go out there, the worst weather, and the fish don't give a shit. They're biting.
Yeah, it's all fine to them. It might be a little bit, a little bit more chopped up. I know that down here when we hit up the beach, if it's a little bit on the choppy side or has been like it is right now, it's muddy. They're having a hard time finding something to eat. The dolphins, not Dorado, but the actual porpoises, when it gets muddy out there, like they start stealing people's baits. You can tell that they're getting hungry. You could very easily run into those same kind of situations where the fish are hungry and they're going to take a bait.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And those suckers will pick up your bait, know exactly where the hook is, and just tug a little bit to get you to set the hook so they can pull the bait off. They're just so smart.
They are.
You're exactly right about that. It's comical, but you're right. Like, when you've got a dolphin on by the way that they act.
Yeah, you never hardly ever hear of anybody hooking an actual dolphin. I remember when
thank God for that.
Yeah, when I first started fishing saltwater, they were all around us. I'm like, shit, what happens if one of them bites the hook? But it just don't happen.
No, they're too smart.
Yeah. Good for them.
We've had them steal a trout off a stringer while we were out, like, wade fishing.
That's what the very first time me and Joel went down there, we're inshore fishing, and, we're popping cork. Hey, we're getting some trout. And, ooh, look at the dolphins. Oh, neat, dolphins right by the boat. Next thing we know, them mofos are chasing our fish as we're reeling them in. They're trying to steal that trout as we're reeling them in. I lost a lot of respect for them.
You're right. They're little beggars. They're cute, but they're beggars. We have them hang out by the boat, out by the shrimp boats in particular. When we get around them inshore, not inshore, but like, just off the beach, they'll hang around the boat and wait for us to catch bonita and stuff. And they're waiting for us to throw them to them when they're done, when we're done. Or if we catch a small ling, it's almost like they know that the ling is undersized. They know you're throwing it back.
I did that one short from a trip we were down there, and one of the people on the boat caught a ladyfish and didn't throw it back vigorously, just kind of set it in the water. And it hesitated just a second, and it was a second too long. And here come that dolphin right beside the boat. Got it. Gone. It was a ladyfish.
I've seen them take some big snook.
Oh, dang. That would be disappointing.
Yeah, that would hurt. On the retrieve or releasing them?
Just naturally. I've seen it. There's actually videos of it on YouTube where they stalk them on the beach. And we'll corral a big snook and eat it.
Wow.
But I've also seen them take them on the release.
I've seen that a bunch. Like anything you release, except hardheads. I don't think I've ever seen them do a hardhead.
They probably don't. They're smart. Remember?
Yeah,
you've eaten hardhead, but they don't.
To know. That's where where the line is drawn. Like if you're eating something that the predators in the area don't eat.
Yeah, exactly. But I do hear sharks love hardhead, so who knows?
I've heard that. Are
I've
you
heard-
going to go out there and use hardhead as bait?
Nope.
I wouldn't. I'm not going to do it.
No. Nope.
I've seen Lonesome saying that Big Cuda wait under the boat on nice days. And I haven't seen Cudas do that, but I have seen Remoras. I've had Remoras hang out under the boat and try to take our bait when we're reeling stuff in.
That one of the recent videos I had where I caught like a 30-pound jack and I was catching muttons that day. On the one of the last bigger muttons I'm reeling in, you could see it in the video. I don't point it out, but you can see about a 4-foot Cuda just following him up. and then as I got him to the boat, he turned away. But I mean, they're worse than sharks sometimes, those damn things.
That's funny. I never have issues with them down here, and I see them, but just not as much. Like they're not as prevalent. I don't know.
It's a really good fishery.
I mean, like I'm extending. No. So I had an issue with Ciguatera when I was like 10. So I didn't touch them. I didn't do anything with them until just this year. We went to Cozumel and we went spearfishing down there. We got ourselves a nice barracuda, and they were like, "Oh yeah, do ceviche." And I was like, "Oh, that's great. Like, yeah, if you're gonna do ceviche, like if you're gonna do Ciguatera, you might as well do it, like raw." And they're like, "Oh no!" And they showed me all these different ways to test for Ciguatera. And so, like, I actually ate it because it tested okay, whatever. And I'm like, man, that's amazing. Like, I had forgotten. I hadn't had it since I was 10 years old. I was totally stoked. I'm going to start targeting them now.
So the ones that we have on the wrecks here, I'm sure there too. Man, some of these Cudas are like 5+ feet. They're like alligators, huge. And they just sell those Cuda tubes, or there's a long like neon tube with a bunch of trebles in them, and you just drift. You troll those fast over the wrecks, and they'll just smash them. They're a lot of fun to catch on a spinning tackle. But people don't do it that much. But
yeah, I've eaten it once. We were again Cozumel when we were on our fishing trip down there, and one of the fish we caught was a barracuda. And so it wasn't bad. It was ceviche. We had triggerfish and barracuda in the ceviche.
Yep.
No, they're. I wouldn't eat a lot of it, but a small one, they taste pretty good.
Yeah.
They do stink. Lonesome Knot Eye, they do stink.
Yeah.
Good shark bait.
Everything like the hard heads or barracuda. I don't know which one.
Everything's a good shark bait.
Stingray. I tried stingray once. Like I was hooking into a bunch of sharks, ran out of bait. I'm like, oh, I got a stingray. Let me try the stingray. Didn't catch another thing the rest of the day, man.
And
probably just me, but
tons of people use stingray down here. And remember when we fished together that time, I caught one before you got down there. You told me to keep it, and I kept it, and you used it, and yeah, you didn't catch anything on it. But that was a horrible day. Tide going sideways, wind going another way. Couldn't keep a bait out to save your life.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd forgotten about that. I had so much fun. I forgot how the conditions were. I want to get out there with you on a good day again. I want to go out there and do it right.
Yeah, I agree.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, when me and Audrey were down there, what was it, last month? It was overcast, but the weather was fine. We caught a ton of whiting. She caught that red at the very end. That was a fun day on the beach. You just can't beat it because everybody thinks it's always hot and everything, but it was nice.
Mm-hmm. Nice time of year. If you get get away from the wind and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of wind right now.
Yeah. Quit talking about the wind.
Hey, Grant, don't talk too much. I said, don't talk too much.
Right.
I'm listening. I'm learning. I don't know anything about saltwater or fishing out offshore.
I was
trying to learn.
I was learning from your video. I mean, the crappie video you put out was pretty good.
Thank you.
you had a pretty good feast that night.
Yeah, I love to eat some fresh fish. It's hard to beat.
So
No, yep, that's true.
let's
That's
get
true.
everybody down to Texas then. We can do some freshwater and saltwater fishing. What the hell?
I agree. However, I'm going to side with Wayne on this one. I am going to say that, anytime, like I hope that you're able to get in on this whole Michigan. I hope I'm able to get in on this whole Michigan thing because I'm looking forward to getting into some crappie. You guys make me hungry with those videos.
Oh,
I refer to it a lot, like the perch and the whiting. Every time I catch something like that, even the spade fish, the first thing I do is refer to you guys and your crappie and your bluegills.
I'm a green light for that weekend, 26th, 27th of June, right?
Yeah, you're gonna be there. Hell yeah.
Unless something happens between now and then, I'm going to be there.
We're gonna get some
Okay.
walleye. We're gonna get some
That puts the fire to
walleye.
my toes.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody, you know Steve's there. He can go fishing wherever he feels like it.
Yeah.
I'm just jealous. That's why I say that. That's what kills me. It's like just like this trip. You know, when I was going through the whole woe is me, it's like I'm far enough from the coast that we gotta stay down there. So you gotta plan a trip. Well, you can't get lodging like tomorrow. So a month out or so you get your lodging, you get the time off from work, and then the time comes and the weather's horrible. And then like the day after you leave, all the locals are out there catching everything and posting their photos on Facebook. And it's like, I want to be that person who's local to where it's crappy today. Oh, Tuesday's night. I'm going out Tuesday and going fishing. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking
You want
for.
to be the one with the Instagram account that's rubbing it in and everybody else's face?
Yeah, absolutely. For a change. It'll happen.
Looks like with the updated forecast, the wind's going to start dying down Saturday morning. And then Sunday's going to be no wind.
Dagger right in the heart.
Dude, you got to push for an extra day on that. Is there nothing you can do?
If
You can't afford it.
Monica.
I would hate. What day did you say you were leaving?
Saturday morning, right when the wind starts calming down. Don't give me a stay because then the wind won't calm down until Monday.
I say we take a vote. Because that's one extra day of bad weather that's not going to happen here.
You're right. You get an extra day here before John comes back.
So I will promise that when I go out Sunday and slaughter fish offshore.
Just refer to John in the video. Be like, hey, this is what you missed. Give him a little shout out, so that he feels a little low.
No. I'm just going to say, I'm going to say in the video to John, I'm going to give a shout out to your channel. I'm going to say, I promise you, this is not the day after you left. This is later in the week.
Yeah, wait a little while before you post it. All right, wait a little while. Don't show any kind of time or date stamps on it. Oh, man. I don't care. I'm going to have a good time either way. It don't matter.
I'm curious, Wayne, what do you use to check your weather? Is it an app? Is it a website? What do you use?
I am using windfinder.com and I'm using NOAA.
Okay. I use NOAA.
I compared the two sites, but NOAA, like I say, NOAA will give you the forecast for the worst part of the day.
And base a whole day on
I
that.
found.
Interesting. Okay.
So you could have I've missed, just going off NOAA, even 2 years ago, that recent, I would miss good fishing windows or days because I'd look at their forecast and it would say 15 knot winds, 3 to 4 foot seas. But that was until 2 in the afternoon. All morning it was beautiful. So with the Wind Finder app, I base my trips a lot off the wind speeds, and then compare it to the size of the waves, and then I always look at the intervals are real important to me too, because with a smaller boat at 19 foot, if the waves are close together, I'm going to get beat the hell up, and I can't go fast into them. So I'm always looking for weight. If there are going to be like another thing is I would never go out on a day that's 3 to 4 foot seas, but I've learned that you can have 3 to 4 foot seas, but it'll be like it's flat because the waves are so spaced out that you don't even feel them.
Like you get that big groundswell. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So now I catch a lot more days I'm able to go. Yeah, that's wind finder. When
That's
those little things are moving
there.
real fast, John.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, maybe it'll change between now and then. That's
The wind has
Yeah, we got some time.
but the rain has definitely cut down. But again, I'd rather cut out the wind and I'll take rain all day long. I don't care.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's a day we're going to fish.
It looks like when a hurricane hits down here.
And then after you leave,
why aren't the little lines moving at all?
It paused. The app froze.
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh my God. But that's how it is. It's always either, oh man, you should have been here yesterday. Or like I said, I leave the coast, come home, look at Facebook or Instagram the next day, and everybody's posting, look at what I caught. It was beautiful weather. And
yep.
Hey, you know what? I want some insight on this because we're talking about hitting up this, go up and do this stuff up in Michigan, and I'll be spending some time up in Wisconsin doing some fishing up there. Grant, when you guys are going out on a fishing trip, do you have to deal with this kind of stuff, like the looking at the weather, windy, or like what is it that you're looking at when you're trying to plan for a trip on the lake?
Mainly the wind. Mainly, if
Same
it's
thing. Okay.
If it's up to 10, that's not too bad. But you get 12, 15 or more than that, and it's one anchor trolling, and makes it hard.
yeah, definitely.
Can you hit up like the lee side of the lee shore to try to avoid the wind, or is it just like some days that isn't even going to work?
Yeah, depending on the spot. If like our main lake
Might not be fish there.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that was going to be my next question about that. I've always heard that they push up on the other side.
Yeah, see, I've never found any truth to that. I've tried it, even bank fishing in a pond, but I've never found any truth to that. But yeah, there's a few spots we have that you could get up down in the valley. Basically, it's a dammed valley, so it's a watershed lake, so it's protected by hills. But yeah, our main lake, no, it's wide open. If it's windy, even from the bank, it's rough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That would make sense. Like,
I don't want to be out in a boat when it's more than 12 to 15 miles an hour.
Yeah. Depending on the size of the boat.
So.
Yeah, and some lakes are just worse than others with wind, Choke Canyon gets ugly with wind down there. So it just depends on the lake. The wind direction can have a role in it. When you're on Saginaw Bay off Lake Huron, it runs kind of from the northeast to the southwest. That's how the bay is laid out, right? So if you get a northeaster blowing down through there, it has all that time with no land mass or nothing in its way to build up, and it just gets treacherous. So yeah,
and that's part of the issue with our wind down here. Is the same thing. All the flatlands from the fields, the farmland and stuff.
Yep.
It also, while we got Wayne here, another question I got for you, Grant. When I went up to Wisconsin, I found it really interesting. Like everybody, or the majority of people we saw out there were using, and I don't even know the term for it, but they had the boats with the doorway through the center windshield. Kind of style boat.
Bow riders.
Yeah, I'm not even too familiar with that because it's all center console down here.
Yep.
And I was talking to Rachel's brother when we were fishing. We were talking about center consoles and stuff, and like we saw one the entire time we were there. We had a discussion about it, but I couldn't really add too much because I only ever did like center console anything. Do you have any, do you guys use center consoles up in the lake in the area that you're at? Is there a reason why you wouldn't? I'm kind of curious, where that came from.
Yeah, I've been on a boat on the Ohio River that had one of those, and the center had like a glass door. And when you're moving, if you shut that, it does make a difference. It does knock down the wind.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing of it is it's more of a weather protection thing up there. They get to get behind it. I was the same way when I was first up in Michigan. You didn't see center consoles up there, but now when I go up there, I see a lot more of them. They're a lot more popular than they were before. But I think because then they put that top on that'll button across the top of that windshield, your bimini, and you're snapped in. It's got sides on it, and you're protected from the weather because the weather's not as nice up there as it is here. I'm sorry. It's just not.
It's not 90 degrees every day and all perfect.
Now I'll admit, that's why I like to go up there in the summertime because I prefer summers up there than I do to Texas summers, just because it gets too blazing hot. But yeah, I think it was a weather kind of a protection thing. But I see them spreading out more up there, center console. And cats, right? Your uncle has a cat, right, Stanley?
That is that's where boats are headed, the direction the design and aspect. If they aren't headed that way, they're going to be there soon or whatever.
It's been that way forever. Australia and places like that, they knew, and it's just catching on in the States. And a lot of people were like, "Well, they just look weird," but man, if I can afford to get my used offshore boat, which I hope to do someday, it's probably going to be some type of cat.
If you're looking into doing a cat, and you need an investor in a used offshore boat, I keep throwing this up to everybody. I want in on that. Because you got the right idea. Like those cats, that makes a big difference on your back and your knees. And if you do offshore fishing, you value your back and your knees.
Mine's
especially
jacked,
when you're prevailing 15-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, back's already jacked from jumping out of airplanes for the Army, so... Yeah, I definitely want something. And they're typically more fuel efficient. I mean, there's a lot of bases on how, the different brands and their designs, but typically they're more fuel efficient. So I'll definitely look at cats.
Y'all old.
Who said that?
We got that way out of center console monoholes.
Not all of us are old. Since Steve's not here, I'm the old guy on the show tonight. So, and I'll own it. Yeah, I'm old and beat up. 20 years in the Army, you get beat up, and then another 16 years working for the Army as a civilian. I'll take it. I get beat up. That's just the way it is. But I'll still go out there and fish.
My back was hurting pretty good after the last trip.
I bet. Y'all old.
What you got coming out this week?
That's why I don't shark fish anymore.
Hey, you're talking about putting me on one of them Goliaths. I'm kind of glad we're fishing inshore now. I won't have to worry about that.
Oh, I wanted to see that so bad.
Well, there's plenty around the bridge.
Oh, shit.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Thank you.
Shit. Let's put Bill on it.
They're not 300 to 500 pounds, but they're 100 and 200 pounds.
Oh, okay. I'll fight that. We'll cut out all the stuff in the middle where I'm dying, just so I can get the video. Just so I can get look at that Goliath. I'll jump in the water with it.
If we're going to be doing this is what I want to see. John, I want to see you film this video of you catching your Goliath grouper, and then Wayne, I want to see you doing the video of all the shit that happens behind the scenes of him catching that thing.
The stuff I cut out.
Okay.
Yeah, all the stuff that you don't want to put on your channel.
I've got 2 bonita in the freezer, so I'm saving those.
Oh, shit.
For bait?
Cool. Yeah.
So I got the spot, too. It'll be out of the wind, and we're going to throw a whole bonita on that bridge piling and just tie John to the boat.
There you go. We got to do it with Dale, too.
You got the harness and everything for him. You can actually tie him up to the console. I want to see
that. He'll be like, John, what'd you do? You let go of the rod.
No,
sorry. You got to strap the rod in.
Strapped to me?
Shit.
I accidentally pulled out my knife and cut it.
We're going to strap you to it. When you hook up, just hold on for dear life. I'm going to throw it in gear, and we're going to get that sucker out.
Get him out of the rocks.
That's what I want to see. I want to see that. That would be so wicked.
Oh my God!
I'm
Thanks.
gonna be
You wanna
laughing
see
so
my death?
hard.
You want to see my death? I appreciate it, gentlemen.
Kiss your back goodbye.
It's already gone.
We'll have you and Dale
You know-
on the rod, both of you, just holding up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lockdown
You're not holding
drag.
enough. You're not holding it enough. Gentlemen. Stanley?
It is that time. We got one more question here, real quick. Lonesome Nut Eye says, Wayne, you ever jig for cobia?
I bring a jig on the boat, so if one swims up, I have something to throw at it. But I don't really target them.
I do the exact same thing when we're out there. Not that my opinion matters, but I'm on the same level with you on that one. Gentlemen, what have we got to look forward to this week? We need to go ahead and wrap things up. John, I'm going to start with you. What are you doing? You go ahead and let us all know what you've got
I'm
going
catching
on.
Goliath groupers in Stewart, Florida with my buddy Wayne.
You got to use the vertebrae, your own vertebrae as bait on that one.
Yeah. I've already had one back surgery. Let's get me ready for number 2.
Yep.
Yeah, make sure you pack a back brace, John.
Right? I think I need more than that. I think if they just strap me to one of those body boards and just kind of prop me up in there. Hook me to the
That's
center
where you need
console.
to strap the rod to is the bodyboard.
I'll be good. All right, Grant, what you got coming up? Anything?
Nothing planned. If I'm on call this week, so if I get a chance, I might try to go do something.
Cool. Good. What about you, Wayne? What do you got going on this week?
I got somebody coming into town. So we're doing a collab with Mr. A&J Outdoors. Also, Thursday morning, I'll have a new video up with some pretty cool sailfish clips.
Ooh, nice.
So be sure to check that out.
Cool. And then after I leave, you'll go catch some real fish.
Yeah, we'll go get a bull. Never mind.
Of course.
Look, for anybody here who is not subscribed to Pro Fishing, that is his link in the chat down there. Check him out. Subscribe to his channel because he's going to show you exactly how to blow an old Army vet's back out catching Jewfish, Goliath grouper.
For sure.
Either way, John, if it's even the conditions are going to be bad, we're still going to, at least I get to spend some time with you and do some fishing and get to meet you. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. It's not always about being able to do exactly what you want or catching what you want. It's about, having a good time. So we'll make sure that we do that. And worst case scenario, we can just pull up to a bar and drink.
I'm better at that than I am at fishing.
I couldn't agree with that entire thing more. That's what it's about. I mean, go out, have fun, enjoy yourselves. You don't always get to catch fish, but you do get to experience things that, not everybody in this world gets to experience. So enjoy every second of it regardless.
Absolutely.
Wayne, I want to thank you so much for joining us, man. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. You are awesome and one of my all-time favorite creators on YouTube, dude. So
thanks.
I'm honored and appreciate having you here.
And Stanley's you got season 4, right? Season 4?
Yeah, just started.
All right. Coming up on his channel.
Appreciate that.
Boom.
All right, guys.
On that note, guys, it's been a wonderful time. Enjoyed it very much, but I'm afraid I have whiskey to drink and dinner that I'm going to get to. Rachel's cooking it up right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It has been an absolute pleasure. Y'all have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Get out there and do some fishing next weekend. And we will see you next Monday on there we go. A&J Outdoors channel. Link in the description below for everybody here tonight. We'll catch you guys in the next live stream. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Peace out.
Bye.